So in the last class, we have seen three way of inserting the data into the tables and how we can read the table data. Those things. Okay. Now let us see that. Suppose if your customer is sending the data in an Excel file, okay, bulk of data, how we can load the Excel data into our SQL table without writing any query. Okay. Now let us show you some example. So let me take some Excel file. Okay. Now you can see I have some Excel file. In that I have some Excel sheet, emp excel underscore data, and which I have some data is there. Okay. Now let us say like this, your customer is sending you the max of records. Okay. And we have the title row also is there. Okay. In this sheet, we have the title row also is there. Okay. Now let us see how we can load this data into our SQL tables. Okay. My Excel file is present in the folder. Which folder? Let me. So my Excel file is present in the desktop. In that merge source files. Under that my Excel file name is employee list. Okay. In that the second sheet. Now let us see how we can load that. Now let us go to our Excel file. Okay. Now where you want to load the table data into our new database. So our database name is dbsoi6. No? I want to load that Excel file to our dbsoi6 database. No? Now go to the database, right click, okay, and we have the task operation. Task option is there. Select this and go to our import data option. Okay, so you can go to the import data option. Now you can see, so it has opened one wizard, and in that we have an option called choose a data source. Okay, so where is your source data? We have to locate our source file. Now data source is right now the data source data is coming in a Excel file. Now then we have to select the source type as Microsoft Excel. Okay. Now it will ask for the Excel file path. Now let us browse and locate our Excel file. So my Excel file is present in the desktop. Under that we have the merge source files folder. Under that my Excel file name is employee master. Now you can see that since it is .xlsx, that is it is giving the version as Excel 2007. Okay. And does your Excel file first row contains column names? Yes, it contains the column. Now let us go and cross check one more time. You can see here my Excel file contains the first row contains the column names. And my Excel sheet name is emp underscore excel underscore data. Okay. Now then if your Excel file, the Excel file, if the first row contains, okay, if the first row contains the column names, okay, go to our wizard, okay, okay, yes, then select this option. Okay, if your in the Excel file first row contains column names, then we have to select this option. Okay, now my source is ready. Okay, now click on next. Once the source is ready, click on next. Now you can see it is asking for choose a destination. Okay, where is your destination? Where you want to load? You want to load into the SQL server. In that, the server name is Balaji PC. Okay, and in that, okay, so in that we have to load into our DB-SOI6 database now. We have to select this. Okay. Let me go to this DB-SOI6 and click on next. Okay. So our destination is already mapped here. Why? Because we have right clicked on this database only, no? So that's why our destination is already mapped. Our server name and the DB-SOI6 database. Okay. Go to next. Now, do you want to copy the data or do you want to just write a query? No. Since we are getting the data from Excel file, I want to copy the data. Okay. Click on next. So now you can see here it will show the list of Excel files we have. So in that Excel file we have multiple sheets. So which sheet data you want to load? Now my sheet name is emp underscore excel underscore data. Okay. Now if you want to view the data, you can just click on preview. You can just click on preview and you can see this is your data. Okay, this is the Excel file data. Whatever data we are showing here, no? So all the data will be shown. And can we push only one Excel sheet data or can we push multiple sheets data? Yes, that is also possible. If you want to push multiple sheets data, you can need to just select it and you can preview the data. Click on preview button and you can see the second sheet data also is okay like this. And you can see whatever the sheet name here is there, that is sheet name is emp underscore excel underscore data. No? With the same sheet name, a table is going to create in our database. Okay, with the same sheet name, a table is going to create in our database. Emp underscore excel underscore data. And similarly here, our sheet name is employee underscore data. With the same name, one more table is going to create here, employee underscore data. Okay. Now if you want to see the mappings, you can go and click on edit mappings. Now you can see this is your source columns, and with the same source columns, the destination, a list of columns is going to create and their allowed data types. Okay. And suppose if you want to see the data of this first sheet, you have to select that sheet. Okay, and click on preview. And if you want to see the second sheet data, you can just select that sheet and click on preview like this. Okay. Now with the same name, a table is going to create in our database. That's it. Go to next. Do you want to run immediately? Yes. And this will give you the summary section. Yes, where is your source is located, where you are going to copy, which server, okay, and with which table name it is going to create. So up to now, whatever we have done, no, it is just showing us the summary section. Okay. Click on finish. That's it. Now the two sheets data will be pushed into our SQL table. Okay. Now you can see the two sheets data is going to has already pushed it to our SQL tables. Okay, that's it. Okay, now let us go and refresh our database. Once the data is pushed, let us go and refresh our database. Now we can go and see that. So emp underscore excel data and employee underscore data dollar. Okay, two tables are created in our SQL database, our DB sizes. Okay, now let us see the data. Select the star from table underscore emp underscore data dollar. Okay, that is our table name. No? So our emp underscore excel underscore data dollar. Emp underscore excel underscore data. Okay, let me connect to our server. So let me connect to our database DB-SOI16. So let me connect our session, this query session, to the DB6 database. Okay. Now the session is connected to the DB6. Now you can go and see the table data. Okay. We are able to load the data from Excel file into our SQL table directly. Okay. And we have one more table called employee underscore data dollar. No? Now let us go and see. Select star from employee underscore data dollar. Okay. Now you can see we have this table database. Okay. So like this we can load the data, okay, from Excel file into our SQL tables. Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Now sometimes our customer may give the data in a text file also or .csv files, both are same. Okay, comma separated value file or .txt files. Okay, then how to load those data? Now if your customer has sent you the data in a text file, let us show you some example. Now you can see your customer is sending the data in a text file. Okay, now how to load this data from this table to your SQL tables. Okay, from this text file to our SQL tables. Now this text file is having the column names in the first row. Yes, this text file also contains the column name in the first row. Okay. Now let us go for and see how we can load it. So first of all we have to go to our database, right click, okay, and go to the task and go for import data option. Okay, go for import data option again, and here so choose a data source. Okay, now our data source is not Excel file, so our data source is coming from a source data is coming in a text file, no, or CSV file, no. Then we have to select the source type as flat file source. Okay, so if your source data is coming in a text file or in a CSV file, we have to select the data source type as flat file source, and it will provide you the, okay, now you can see the layout is changed and it will asking for, okay, locate your file, okay, locate your text file. Now let me click on browse. Now under the same desktop, okay, under the same folder we have a text file called emp underscore bulk underscore text is there. Click on open. Okay, now the first file contains the column names. Yes, it contains the column names. Okay, and if you want to preview the data, you can go and preview the data. Okay, now you can see the column names are first row data is set as the column names. Okay, suppose if I don't select this checkbox, what will happen? Okay, if I don't select this checkbox, what will happen is it will treat first row also as a data row. Okay, and if you see how the data will be arranged, you can see it is treating the first row also as a data row, and it is giving its own column headings, column 0, column 1, column 2, like. Okay, so that's why if your data contains first row contains title titles, okay, then you have to compulsory check this option and you will get the correct data. Okay, now our source is ready. Okay, we have just selected the source type as flat file and we have located and we have selected this option, and you can go and preview the data. My source data is ready. Okay, now go to next. Now choose a destination. Yes, the destination is already mapped. Why? Because we have already right clicked on the DB6, so my database is already showing here as DB6. Okay, now go to next. Now you can see that this is your source and it is showing us the source location. Desktop necessary files, okay, emp underscore bulk underscore text. And with the same file name, that is my file name is emp bulk text, no? With the same name, a table is going to create in our database. Okay. With the same name, a table is going to create in our database emp bulk underscore text. Okay. And if you want to preview the data from here, again we can click on preview and it will show us the data. Okay. And if you want to see the mappings between your source and destination, we can go and click on this. This is the source columns and this is the columns it is going to create in our destination SQL table. And this is the data type it has given. And if you want to change the data type, you can change it here. Now you can, you know that employee ID will be integer, no? So you can now you can see we can, if you want to change the data type, we can change it to integer. Okay. Now you can see we have the big int, tiny int. Okay. If you want to change it to integer, we can change it to integer also. Okay, like this. But better to always change it in the destination. After loading the data, we can change it there also. Okay. Now since it is a text file, it has given all the data types as varchar. Okay. Now go to next. Okay. And everything is same now. Click on next and it will give us the summary section. So you are copying the data from this folder, from this text file to new table emp bulk text. Okay, that's it. It will just give you that summary, whatever you have done up to now. What is the destination, what is the source, okay, like those things. And click on finish. Now you can see that 98 rows got transferred from your text file to your SQL table. Okay, click on close. Now let us go and see whether the table is loaded or not. Now you can see we have created it has created a table with name emp underscore bulk underscore text. Okay, now you can go and see, select a star from emp underscore bulk underscore text. Now you can see all the data got loaded into our SQL. Okay, total 98 records got transferred here. Okay, total you can see 98 records got transferred. Okay, like this. So now we are able to transfer the data from an Excel file and from a text file also. Okay. Now after transferring, you think that okay, here this is table name is little bit wide. Means we have in this table name we have the dollar also is appended. Why? Because it is getting transferred from the Excel file. No? So we can see the table name is emp underscore excel underscore data dollar. Okay, and you don't want the dollar in your table name and you want to rename it. Okay, so can we rename a table name? Yes. So if you want to rename, just a minute. So if you want to rename a table, okay, so how we can do that is we have two options. One option is I can directly go to this table, okay, and press F2. Okay, we can press F2. Okay, can press F2 and give the new name, whatever name you want to do. Now, if you want to remove the dollar, you can just remove the dollar. Okay, so this is one option. Okay, you can directly go to the table and press F2 and you can give a new name. Okay, now you can see we have given a new name called. I have just removed this dollar from this table name. Now you can see we are able to. Okay. Now one more option is, since we are SQL developers, can we rename the table from through any query? Yes, we can do that. Okay, let us see how I can rename this table. Okay, if you want to rename if you want to give a new name to the table, so we have one query called sp underscore rename. Okay, and what is our old table name? My old table name is emp underscore excel underscore data dollar. Okay, and what is the new table name you want to do? Now let us give. If you want to give the new table name as emp underscore excel, that's it. Okay, I just want to give a new name called emp underscore excel. Okay, now you can move on. See, so by using this sp underscore rename, okay, we are able to give a new name to our old table. Okay, now you can see that's it. So if you go on, see, select star from. Okay, now if you see with old table name, okay, so this should not be there. Okay, now you can see invalid object. Why? Because you have given a new name for this table. Okay, now this won't be there. Now we have given a new name called emp underscore excel. No? Now you can go and see we are able to view the data. Okay, we have two options. Either you can go and rename and press F2 and give a new name to our table name. Okay, or we can use the SQL command called sp underscore read. We can use the command called sp underscore read. Okay, give the old table name comma new table name. Suppose, let us say, if I want to rename if I want to give a new name to the column also, is that also possible? Okay, yes, that is also possible. Now let us say, so emp underscore employee underscore data. So let us say I want to have a column called branch is there. No? I want to rename this as branch name. Okay, I want to rename the column name as branch name. Okay, then how we can do that is, so by using the same command, that is same system function called sp underscore rename, what you want to do, so in this table, that is employee data, I have a table called employee data. Okay, in this table I have a column called branch. Okay, and I want to give a new name called branch name. Okay, I want to give a new name called branch name. Okay, and we have to just specify that as a column. That's it. Okay, so I have a table called employee underscore data. In that I have a column called branch. I want to give a new name to that branch column as branch name, and we are telling that hey, this is a column. Okay, now let us go and execute this. Now you can see it is executed, and now you can go and see this table employee underscore data whether the column name is renamed or not. Now you can see our column name is changed as from branch to branch name. Okay, so this is how we can load the data from Excel or from text file into our SQL tables, and after loading we can go and rename our table names, and as well as we can rename our column names also like this. Okay. Suppose one more requirement is, suppose my customer can give the data in an Excel file or in a text file, and sometimes he can tell that, hey Krishna, I have a table in the, let us say in database one or in any staging database or production database like that. So he will tell that, hey Krishna, I have to take a copy of the table from staging database to our development database. Okay. So he will say that in one of the database, let us say database one. So he will say that I have one database, okay. I have one database DB1. Let us give the name as database one. Okay. In this I have one table. Okay. So table one. Okay. In this I have some data is there. Let us say some 10,000 records is there. Okay. 10K records is there. And he's asking us, okay, I want to copy this table data from database 1 to database 2. So in this database 2, I don't have this table. Okay. So he wants to make a copy of this table in this database also. Okay. So in this database also, I need to make a copy of this table, and I have to transfer this 10K records into this database. Okay. So in order to transfer this 10,000 records from one database to another database, okay, so what you have to do, you write 10,000 times insert statement like this? So for those 10,000 records, okay, for those 10,000 records, do you write the insert command 10,000 times like this? So it is a time consuming and what it is a risky process. So much effort you have to put. 10,000 times you have to write a insert query. Okay. So instead of you writing that 10,000 times insert query, so is there any way to directly transfer this table data? Okay. Is there any way to directly transfer this table data from one database to another database? Yes. So is there any query direct to transfer directly from this database table to this database table? Okay, yes, we have a single query. Okay, instead of you writing the query, insert query 10,000 times, you can write a single query to transfer the data from this table to this table. Now let us see what is that. Okay, now let us see that. So in my SQL server, I have multiple databases. Now let us say I want to transfer the data from DB Krishna. In that DB Krishna, I have one table called, now let us see, yeah, table EMP master. Okay, so I have a table called table underscore employee master is there, EMP master view. I want to get the data from this database, that is I want to push the data, okay, data of a table which is present in the DB Krishna. Under this DB Krishna, I have one table called table underscore EMP master view. Okay, I want to push this table data from DB Krishna to our current database, that is DB Sai 6. Okay, now let us see how we can do that. Now, first of all, how to read the data. Okay, so let me give some name like for transferring the table data from one database to another database. So let us see how we can do that. So first of all, how to read the data. So from another database. Okay. Now right now I am this query session is pointed to the DB6 database. Now from this session, how to read the data present in DB Krishna database table is we have to write select start from and in which database your table data is present, that is in the DB Krishna, no? And the table is containing which schema. So we can see here for every table there is one DBO like this. Okay, so the DBO is nothing but a schema name, okay, database object. Okay, the schema name is DBO, and every table will have a default schema called DBO schema will be allocated. Okay, and we'll have some separate session on this schema. Okay, don't worry about this. So you can see every table is containing the schema name. Now this table also EMP master new also is containing the schema name called DB. Okay, now in this database under the DBO schema we have a table called table underscore EMP underscore master new. Okay, now let us see the data. Now you can see we have some 18 records. We have some 18 records. Now let us see one more table. Table EMP master where the ready data is there. So have also some data is there, some 13 records is there. Okay. Now let us see this table. Now I have a table called table employee master present in the DB Krishna. Okay. So how we can read it is how we can read the data from another databases. We have to specify the database name dot schema name dot table. Okay. So this table data, I want to push it into our current database, that is DB6. Okay. Now let us see. I want to push the data into one of the new table. Let me take one new table. So let me take the new table as table EMP master underscore copy. Now you can see select the star from new table name, that is table employee master copy. Now this table is existed. No, this table is not present in the DB6. Okay. Now what I want to do is whatever the data present in this table, I want to push it to this table. Okay. So in order to do that, what we have to do is before from class, go and type into, okay, and give that. That's it. Okay. So this table is not yet created now, not yet present now. Okay. What I want to do is from this DB Krishna, get this table. Okay. Push this table data into the new table called table EMP. Okay. So into my DB6 database, I want to create a table with this name, okay, which is a copy of this table. Okay. Now this command, what it will do is, first of all, it will create a copy. Okay, it will create this table. So this command, before from if you write into table name, what it will do is, first of all, it will create a table with this. Okay, so if it is a table, it should have some columns, no? So what is the columns it should have? What is the columns is whatever the columns this table is having with the same table structure, it is going to create a table with this. Okay, right now this table is not present in the current database. Now you can see this table is not present. But this command, what it will do is, okay, whatever the structure of this table, whatever the structure of this table, it is the same structure. Now let us see one more time. Now you can see this is the structure of this table. Okay, this table contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. Okay, with the same structure of this table, it is going to create a, okay, this table. And after creating the table, it will push this data. It will push this table data. So how many records are there? Right now 13 records are there. No? So it will push all these 13 records into this table. Okay. So this command, it will create a, first of all, it will create a table with the same structure of this table, and after creating, it will push the data also. Okay. Now you can see select star into table name. and from dbkrishna.table employee. Now you can see that when I execute this, now earlier this was showing it as invalid objective. Now if I go and execute this, now you can see it is the same number of columns. It has created a table, and after that it has pushed the data also. All the 13 records is getting pushed. Okay. So using this command, we can push the table data from one database to another database. Okay. Okay. Understood? Any doubts?
No, sir. Clear.
Yeah. Good morning, coach. Now this command, what it will do? It will go and create a table. No? Now this table it is going to create newly, and after creating it is pushing the data. Okay. Suppose if the table is already there, then what will happen? Is this command will work now? Okay, suppose if I want to push the data one more time, how is this command will work? Why? Because this command will always try to create this table, but the table is already present now. Okay, but the table is already present. Then if I execute this query one more time, what will happen? It will say that hey, there is already object name master copy in the database. Okay, so this command will work. Okay, we'll copy the data from this table to new table. Okay, to new table only. If the table is already there, then it will this command will fail. Now, how to push the data if the table is already present? Okay, so this command, okay, the below command will work if the table is not yet present, not yet created. Okay. So this command will work if the table is not yet created. Suppose if the table is, this command will work if you want to push the data, or if you want to push the data to a new table. Okay. Suppose if the table is already present, okay, if the table is already present, then how to push the data to the already existing table? Sorry guys. So if the table is already present, then how to push the data to the already existing table is, so first of all we have to select the table, select the star from. So from which database you want to push, that is by DB Krishna. By table is present in the DB Krishna DBO dot table employee master. So which database table you want to push, let us select that. Okay. Now after this, what we have to do is, so if the table is already present, we have to write before the select statement, we have to write insert into. So which table you want to insert? It is already existing table. No? That's it. Okay. Insert into this table. Okay, what you want to insert? I want to insert the this state is the output of select statement. Okay. Now we can go and see execute these two commands. Okay. Insert into table name, already existing table name. After that, select star from source table, which is source table data you want to push. That's it. Now you can see one more time the data got inserted. Okay, now this table should contain 13 plus 13, total 26 records. You can see you are getting the 26 records. Now this is the result window. Okay, now this is the result window, and if you want to hide this result window, no, you have to press Control plus R. Okay, if you want to see the result window, again plus Control R, or if you want to hide it, again plus Control R. And that's it. Okay. Now this is how we can push the data into the already existing table. Okay, so these are all the different ways of loading your table data. Okay, either you can directly write the insert command, and insert command you can write it in multiple ways. Okay, and after that we can load the data from a Excel file, or if you can load the data from a text file, or if you want to load the data from any other database table, you can use this insert command. Okay, these are all different ways of loading the table data. Okay. Now once the table data is loaded, now let us see, I want to modify the table data. I want to modify the table. Okay. Now let me take our first table, that is table EMP details. Now after inserting, next thing what I want to do is I want to modify the table data. How to modify the table data? Now let us see the which table data you want to modify. Is select star from table name. Now this is the data of the table. Okay. Now in this table, for one of the, let us say for employee 6, okay, so I want to give some age information and date of join information, or let us say I want to first of all modify the date of join. Okay, right now it is null is there. Now I want to modify with some date. So if you want to modify the table data, we have the command called update command is there. Update. So which table data you want to update? That is my table name. Update table, which table data you want to update, and after that set which column you want to update. I want to update the data of child. No? Data of child is equal to what is the new value you want to give. Let us give some, let us say 4 comma okay, slash 2 comma 2007, or let us say 4 comma sub 25. Okay, so 4 is the month, 25 is the date. Okay. Now for which employee you want to update? So for which employee? That is employee 6. Okay, employee 6. So we have to write where EMP ID equal to 6. Which employee you want to update. Okay. So this is the query we have to write for modifying a table data. Okay. Update which table you want to update, write the table name and write the set command, and after that which column you want to update and what is the new value, and for which employee you want to update. Okay, you have to write the where class. Okay, like this. Or you can go and see. You can go and see. So you can see for employee 6, right? 2017 425 is updated. Date of join is updated. Okay. Now let us say for employee 8, I want to modify the date of child as well as his age information. Okay. Now for employee 8, so I want to write one more update command. Which table data you want to update? That is table EAP details. Set which column? That is date of child. Okay, equal to so some date of child. Let us say something like 2 slash 13 slash 2017. Okay, for which employee where API ID equal to 8. Along with this column data, okay, for employee 8, along with the date of child, I want to update the age column also. Okay, I want to update multiple columns. Okay, then how we have to write? Suppose if I want to update multiple columns, then how we have to write is, so after this date of child, okay, put a comma here, okay, and write one more column, age equal to something like 35. Okay. So in a single query, we can modify multiple columns just by separating those columns with comma value. Okay, if you want to update multiple columns, then put comma, and if you want to update one more column, then put one more comma like that. Okay. Now you can go and see this command will go and update the multiple columns. Okay, 8 Vijay. Okay, date is updated as well as age column also is updated. Okay, understood. So any doubts?
No doubts.
Suppose I have a doubt. Suppose if I don't give this where class, what will happen? So if I directly go on queue like this, now what will happen? If I don't specify the employee name, okay, for which employee I have to update, then what will happen?
It will impact all the employee IDs.
Okay, it will go and update all the records. Okay, now you can see. Now let us see that is true or not. So let me open one transaction. Now if I go and see. So if I without providing the employee, if I do the update like that, now you can see all the rows got affected. Okay, and you can go and see, select the star from table A. Now you can see every employee is updated with the same value. Okay, so we should be very careful when you are doing this update statement. Okay, if you don't provide this, okay, it will go and update each and every employee information. Okay, now let me write some rollback. So now we can go and see our data is back. Okay, like this. So if you don't provide that, don't worry about this rollback and transaction. We'll have a separate sessions. Okay. So in the future classes, we have some separate sessions or transactions separately. Okay, we have some transactions separately. Okay. Now, but we have to be careful. So what I want to say is, you have to be very careful when you are doing this update step. Now this is how we can update the table data. Okay. Suppose if you want to delete the table data, okay, suppose if you want to delete the table data, then how we can do is we can write a delete command here. Okay, so to delete the table data, we have a command called delete command is there. Okay, delete from, okay, which table data you want to delete. Let us say this table data only. Now let us say I want to delete in this table, from this table I want to delete the, let us say, employee 9 information. Okay. If I want to delete the employee 9 information, I have to write delete from table name. Which employee data you want to delete, where empid equal to 9. Okay. We have to write like this. Okay. So what this command will do, it will delete the data from this table. Okay, which data it will delete? That is employee 9 data it will delete. Now we can go and see one row got affected, and after deleting the data, if you want to see the table data one more time, select star from table underscore EMP details. Now you can see employee 9 information is got deleted. Okay. Suppose if you want to delete the entire table data, then you have to write delete from table EMP details. Okay. If you want to delete the entire table data, just write this command. Don't provide the where clause. Okay. So you have to just provide delete from table. Okay. If you want to delete the entire table data. Now let us see begin transaction. Okay. Now I want to delete the entire table data. Now you can see this command will delete all the records. Now you can see after deleting there are no data present in this table. Okay. Now if I want to roll back, I can do the okay. So this command will delete all the records of the table and roll back will get us the data back. Okay. So if you want to delete all the table records, okay, we have one more command called truncate command also is there. So we have one more command called truncate table name. You can see now let me open one more transaction. Okay. So what this truncate command will do is right now in this table I have how many records? So right now in this table I have 8 records. So and if I use this truncate command, okay, so this will also you can see this will also will remove the all the records from the table. Both the delete command, okay, and the truncate command are removing all the records from the table. Okay. Now what is the difference then? Okay, what is the difference? Now let me roll back. Now what is the difference? Okay, so this is one of the very important interview question for the basic students, for the uh, basic students, for the less experienced students. Okay, this is very important interview question. Okay, interview question is what is the difference between the delete command and the truncate command? Okay, so what is the difference between the delete command and truncate command? So in tomorrow class we will see. So I will show you something like 4 to 5 differences, okay, between the delete command and the truncate command. Okay, we can see it in the next class. Okay, so tomorrow also same time
Okay.
11 to 8.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kaushik.